2 free ingredients, one from your kitchen, one from your fireplace. Used together on the same weekly schedule, they produce results that neither achieves alone. And these are results that compound every single season, rather than plateauing after year 1. Most home gardeners who use coffee grounds consistently see real results. The soil gets darker, earthworm counts increase, plants show stronger growth and better color. The nitrogen is working, and the biological chain reaction it triggers is working. But there is a ceiling to what coffee grounds alone can build, and most gardeners hit that ceiling without understanding why. The ceiling is minerals, and the contents of your fireplace solve it. Stay with me. The weekly application rhythm, the specific schedule that makes these 2 inputs multiply each other rather than just add together, is coming up shortly. Miss that section and you will get half the result. We will also cover the 3 mistakes that consistently reduce results, including one mistake with wood ash that can damage a garden bed as badly as synthetic fertilizer. Welcome to Evergreen Garden. Every week we share one free practical soil tip for gardeners who want to grow more with less effort. Subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Here's what the combination actually produces before we explain why it works. A garden bed that receives consistent weekly coffee ground applications alongside regular wood ash extract will, within 1 growing season, show 4 measurable changes that a coffee grounds only bed does not show. First, earthworm counts are significantly higher. Second, soil mineral availability is measurably improved, particularly calcium and potassium. Third, fruit quality, firmness, size, and flavor is noticeably better. And fourth, the soil holds moisture more effectively than either single input bed. These are not dramatic overnight changes. They are the result of 2 systems working together, one feeding the biology, one supplying the minerals, and both compounding season after season. By year 2, the treated bed starts from a better baseline than year 1. By year 3, the difference between this bed and an unfed bed is visible to anyone who looks at the soil. Now, you need to know exactly what each input is doing so you can apply both correctly. What coffee grounds actually do and where they stop. Used coffee grounds are approximately 2% nitrogen by dry weight. The nitrogen is bound in organic compounds that release slowly as soil bacteria break them down. This is not a spike, it is a sustained feed that triggers a chain reaction. Bacteria multiply, earthworms follow, and earthworm castings are produced in place, containing 5 to 10 times more plant-available nutrients than surrounding soil. But here is where coffee grounds stop. Coffee grounds are not a mineral source. The calcium content is negligible. After a full season, the biology is thriving, but those communities are working in mineral-limited soil. This is the ceiling. The biological improvement levels off because the mineral foundation was never established.
The next section covers exactly what fills that gap, what wood ash extract does, and why we use liquid, not dry. A mature hardwood tree spends decades pulling minerals from deep in the soil: calcium, potassium, magnesium, and dozens of trace elements. When that wood burns, the minerals remain in the ash. But most gardeners who try wood ash make the mistake of scattering it directly on the soil. This creates a sudden spike of alkalinity that can burn microscopic feeder roots and lock other nutrients into forms the plant cannot access. The fix is wood ash extract. This changes everything about how the minerals interact with the soil. Here is the exact preparation method. You need a 5-gallon plastic bucket, not metal. Use a ratio of 1 cup of dry wood ash for every gallon of water. Use rainwater if you have it. Add the ash to the water and stir thoroughly. Cover the bucket loosely and leave it undisturbed for 3 to 4 days. When you return, the liquid above the settled solids will be a light amber color. That amber liquid is your extract. Now, this is critical. You do not use the extract directly. It is a concentrate. You must dilute it. The ratio is simple: 1 to 2 cups of extract per full watering can of water. The finished solution should be the color of very pale tea. At this dilution, the minerals are delivered in a form plant roots can absorb within hours. Why does the combination multiply? Coffee grounds feed the bacteria and earthworms. Wood ash extract delivers minerals into that same root zone. Earthworms processing mineral-rich soil produce castings that are significantly more nutritionally dense. It is not addition, it is amplification. The complete application calendar is what makes the difference. In early spring, as soon as soil temperatures reach 50 degrees Fahrenheit, apply a thin layer of coffee grounds and your first round of diluted wood ash extract. Continue this weekly rhythm through the growing season. Once plants begin flowering, the wood ash extract becomes even more important, as potassium drives fruit production.
Finally, you must avoid the 3 mistakes that reduce results. Mistake 1, applying dry wood ash or undiluted extract. Mistake 2, using wood ash extract on acid-loving plants like blueberries or potatoes. Mistake 3, treating the 2 inputs as interchangeable. They perform different functions and cannot substitute for each other. What this program builds over multiple seasons is a genuinely productive soil system. The first season is good, but the third season is transformational. If this gave you one useful idea, leave a comment below. Tell us which input you are already using and how long you have been running the program. Every comment gets read. If you haven't subscribed to Evergreen Garden yet, now is the time. We share practical tips just like this every week. Click subscribe, ring the bell, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, build good soil, and everything else follows.